My mother-in-law got drunk and caused a scene at our wedding reception, insulting my family. My wife begged me to let it go. The next day I sued her for the damages and emotional distress. Now she is regretting everything. I 32M got married to my amazing wife Clara 30F about a month ago. Dream wedding mostly. Everything was perfect until the reception. That's when my MIL Brenda 50SF decided to provide the evening's unwelcome entertainment. Background: Brenda enjoys her wine. Maybe too much. We knew this had water stations try to pace her. Asked her sister Karen to help keep an eye out. Futile. She started low-key complaining about the music, drab, the food a bit common. Annoying but manageable. Then came a toast. After the planned speeches she somehow got hold of the mic. Bad move. What followed was a rambling, slurring disaster. She joked about Clara settling thanks, then zeroed in on my family. My dad's a retired teacher, my mom's a nurse. Good hard-working people. Brenda starts slurring about them being clock punchers, the house being quaint, her code for small/unimpressive, how my brother's landscaping business means he plays in the dirt. She crudely mimicked my mom's accent. Call my sister's dress an adventurous choice. It was public, deliberate humiliation. My best man finally got the mic away, but the atmosphere was poisoned. My parents looked stunned. My sister was fighting back tears. Several relatives just stood up and walked out. Brenda acted indignant, like we were the sensitive ones. Amidst the chaos she knocked over a tall floral centerpiece, dollar, and sloshed red wine all over a premium linen tablecloth the venue charged a mint for. Clara was mortified, sobbing, apologizing over and over for her mom. In the taxi and the next morning she pleaded with me she was drunk, Alex. She didn't mean it. Please don't make this a thing. It'll tear the family apart. But it was already a thing. A huge, costly, deeply insulting thing. My family, who had welcomed Clara warmly, were publicly attacked at my wedding, and the tangible damages were real. The venue's bill arrived swiftly: $150 for the ruined tablecloth, $300 for the broken centerpiece arrangement. Total $450. Plus the sheer awfulness of it all. So the next day, while Clara was at work, still upset, barely speaking to me, I called a local lawyer who handles small claims. I filed suit against Brenda. For the $450 in damages plus $2,000 for emotional distress, citing the public defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress on me and my family during a significant life event Clara found out when the process server found Brenda. Predictably, she lost it, accused me of escalating, being vindictive, choosing revenge over family harmony. Brenda naturally went nuclear. A barrage of calls, each more unhinged than the last. My stance: being drunk isn't a free pass for targeted cruelty. Actions need consequences. My family deserves respect, and Brenda needs a hard boundary. It's not primarily about the money. $2,450 isn't life-altering. It's about accountability. If this gets swept under the rug, what happens next time she feels like unloading? Clara sees me as the asshole destroying family ties. My family is quietly supportive but visibly anxious about the drama. Brenda and her sister Karen. They apparently see me as the devil incarnate. So Reddit. ITA for drawing a line via the legal system. Update 1 week ago. First off, thanks for the comments on the original post. The validation helped, honestly. Felt less like I was going crazy. But yeah, things have escalated exactly how you'd expect. Brenda getting served lit the fuse. The voicemails alone are something else. Screaming, crying fits, threats, blaming me for everything from her stress levels to the weather. Her main themes. I'm greedy, I'm manipulating Clara, I'm tearing her perfect family apart over one tiny tipsy mistake, and Clara needs to rein her husband in. Classy. I blocked her number but saved everything. Lawyer fuel. Then the flying monkeys deployed. Her sister Karen called. Gave me an earful about disrespecting elders, airing dirty laundry, how dare I, etc. Brenda's spin to the wider family is apparently that my family were uppity and looked down on her, and she merely defended herself after a couple of celebratory glasses. It's pure fiction. Some relatives on Clara's side are buying it, sending confused or passive-aggressive messages. The hardest part is Clara. She's caught in this toxic crossfire and it's tearing her apart. Brenda hammers her daily manipulative tears. One call. How could you let him do this to me? Rage the next you will choose. Clara keeps trying to broker peace deals. What if you drop the distress part? What if she just says sorry privately? Can't we handle this without lawyers? We had a massive argument. It got loud. I finally snapped. There's nothing to handle within the family when one member refuses to admit fault, and the handling always means my family has to swallow disrespect. Your mother publicly trashed my parents. She refuses to apologize. She caused damages. This is the consequence. Trying to compromise now just enables her. Honestly, seeing Clara so torn up made my stomach churn. Her pain is real, and I hate being the cause of any friction between us. For a second I almost caved, thought about dropping it just to see her smile again. But then I pictured my mom's face during Brenda's tirade, the hurt in my dad's eyes. No, this boundary needs to hold. So I'm standing firm though the stress is real. Lawyer says Brenda still hasn't filed a formal response via counsel, just continued the harassment. He emphasized documenting everything. Every text, voicemail, attempted call, the relatives' messages. It paints a picture of her behavior post-incident. Brenda's entitlement remains breathtaking. Zero remorse, maximum victim complex. Karen is her echo chamber. This whole mess is definitely casting a pall over our newlywed life in GL. But letting Brenda think she is carte blanche to behave like this feels like guaranteeing future explosions. Gotta see it through. Court date is still weeks away. Update yesterday. Well, Brenda finally lawyered up. And apparently her strategy session involved brainstorming the most ridiculous defenses imaginable. Things got uglier fast. Mediation/court is next week, and it feels like the pre-battle skirmishes are peaking. First, we received notice from her lawyer with completely revised history of the event. Suddenly Brenda wasn't just drunk. She claimed she was provoked. My dad supposedly made a snide comment about her finances. He wouldn't know them, nor would he care. My brother aggressively shoulder-checked her. He spent the night trying to avoid her. She even floated the idea that I pushed strong drinks on her to deliberately embarrass her. Seriously? At my own wedding reception? It's insulting fiction, but now we have to formally refute it. My lawyer says it's standard bluster, easily countered by our witness statements, venue manager, neutral friends. But it's still infuriating. Then came the move against Clara. This was vile. Brenda called her full waterworks. Threatened that if I didn't drop the lawsuit now, Brenda would cut Clara off completely. No forgiveness ever. Holidays would become a war zone. She'd ensure the entire family saw Clara as the traitor who chose an outsider over her own mother. She even threw in hypothetical future grandchildren being denied a grandmother because of my spitefulness. It was pure calculated emotional blackmail. On top of that, through her lawyer, Brenda didn't offer a settlement. She demanded I drop the suit and issue a written apology to her for the public humiliation of being held accountable and the emotional distress I had caused her by suing. Karen added her 2 cents via text to Clara, calling me a vindictive bully. The sheer nerve is almost impressive. This combination was the final straw for Clara. The blatant lies and the legal claim combined with the naked threat to cut her off and the demand for me to apologize, something inside her just broke. She heard the manipulation maybe for the first time without any filter of obligation. She came to me that night looking exhausted but resolute. She's never going to stop, is she? Clara said, her voice flat. No, I replied gently. Not without a real consequence. She took a deep breath, meeting my eyes. Okay. I'm done. Done mediating. Done making excuses. I'm with you, Alex. 100%. If we go to court, I'll stand up and say exactly what happened, what she said. Let the chips fall where they may. Hearing those words, the relief was immense. It felt like we were okay regardless of the external storm. It's still deeply painful for her, this break with her mother, but knowing we face it together changes everything. So we're heading into mediation next week as a team. We have the receipts, the neutral witnesses, the documented harassment, and now Clara's unwavering support. Things moved faster than I expected in small claims here, especially with mediation being mandatory early on, so there's no more time for games. Brenda's desperate tactics feel like confirmation we're on the right path. Let's get this over with. Final update. It's done. The legal battle is finished. The family shrapnel. That'll likely linger, but it feels different now, manageable. We ended up in mediation as planned. Just us, Brenda, Karen, stone-faced support, our lawyers, and the mediator in a soul-crushingly beige conference room. Brenda arrived radiating tragic victimhood, complete with sighs and eye dabbing. Karen looked like she was mentally composing my obituary. Brenda's lawyer led with a provocation angle. My lawyer calmly dismantled it. Timeline: venue manager's neutral statement detailing Brenda's escalating intoxication, aggression, and confirming the damages. Statements from 2 non-family guests corroborating the specific insults Brenda hurled at my parents. Photos of the wrecked centerpiece, the wine-soaked linen, the venue's bill. Then Brenda spoke. Played the victim violin like a virtuoso. A simple misunderstanding. Everyone was stressed. Maybe I celebrated a bit too much, but his family was giving me looks. She actually turned to me, voice trembling. I just wanted us all to be one big happy family, Alex. Why are you destroying that? The attempt at gaslighting was almost artful in its audacity. The mediator, a sharp older woman, wasn't having it. She highlighted the direct contradictions between Brenda's claims and the witness statements. She asked Brenda point blank, did you or did you not call the groom's father a clock puncher and mock his wife's accent publicly at their son's wedding reception? Brenda flacked. Well, things might have been said in the heat of the mediator. It's a yes or no question regarding specific statements. Ms. Brenda's last name. Brenda mumbled something about not recalling exact words. Then my lawyer brought up the post-serving voicemails and texts. He offered to play a particularly graphic voicemail. The 30-second screaming Jack. Brenda visibly paled. Karen shot daggers at my lawyer. The mediator simply raised an eyebrow. Checkmate. The mediator quickly proposed a settlement. Brenda pays the $450 damages in full plus $1,500 for emotional distress, less than the $2,000 sought, but a clear win on principle. The mediator strongly implied to Brenda's lawyer that proceeding to a judge would likely result in a higher award and a judicial tongue lashing for Brenda's conduct. Brenda looked apoplectic. Karen started sputtering about appeals and unfairness. Her lawyer quietly advised her to accept. After a furious whispered argument between Brenda, Karen, and their lawyer, Brenda signed the agreement. Her hand trembled not with remorse but rage. No apology, not even eye contact. So what happened after mediation? Brenda had 30 days to pay. She wired the $1,950 on day 29, seeing it clear felt final. Not joyous, but like closing a necessary unpleasant chapter. We used the $450 to reimburse the venue costs. The $1,500. I took my parents' brother and sister out for a fantastic dinner, a proper celebration of family, and told them clearly how much I value their dignity and appreciated their support. My mom teared up, the good kind this time. The relationship with Brenda is effectively over. Clara maintains minimal, very guarded contact, short calls about logistics, that's it. Holidays are now separate affairs. Clara attended her family's Christmas gathering briefly this past year, as today is April 25, 2025. I did not. It's sad but peaceful. Brenda continues her victim tour, painting me as the villain who sued family. Karen remains her loyal echo. But with the mediation outcome spread, small towns/families talk and fewer people are buying Brenda's narrative. Some of Clara's relatives have quietly reached out to her offering support, admitting they doubted Brenda's story. Clara and I. We're rock solid. Facing this together, choosing our partnership solidified us in ways normality never could. We know we can count on each other, full stop. It sucks that this happened, but Brenda made the choice's only actions. Was it worth it? Unequivocally yes. It caused peace, caused friction, created a lasting family divide. But it enforced a necessary boundary. It showed my family I would defend their honor. It demonstrated to Brenda, even if she won't admit it, that her behavior has tangible consequences. You don't get to detonate a bomb at someone's wedding and then demand everyone else pretend nothing happened because family. So the saga ends. Justice served cold, but served nonetheless. Time for us to focus on building our happy future.